It's the Joseph Bristol Show.
Welcome to another episode of the Joseph Bristol Show. Yo, I just got out of the shower and I just had an amazing short conversation with my cousin about my mother. And you know, the video is about making masks, but really quickly, I just want to say that a lot of the times what happens to us in our youth when we're kids, it changes our perception of the world as we get older. And the older you grow, the more you realize that the adults in your life were people and they went through things, and those things that they went through shaped them into who they were when you were born, when you were growing up. And that's why they were who they were as you were growing up. But on to today's episode. On today's episode of the Joseph Bristol Show, I want to talk about masks. I'm not going to tell you why you should wear a mask, and I'm not going to tell you why you shouldn't wear a mask. Well, actually, I'm not trying to convince you to wear one or not wear one. I just want to talk about masks. So basically today I'm going to tell you the benefits of why I think masks are a great thing, just in general. You know what I mean? I used to use Michael Jackson as a reference, like, you know, look, Michael must have knew something that we didn't know. He was always wearing a mask. Then somebody pointed out to me, if you listen to the things that he was saying, like right before he died, the guy was mad depressed, and he used to wear masks to cover up, you know, all his nose jobs and all that stuff, but whatever. So I want to talk about masks, right? And one of the things I'm going to bring up on the first very beginning when we're talking about masks, people will say it's infringing on their rights, right? I have the right to not wear a mask if I don't want to wear a mask. I totally agree. I don't agree with no type of mandate of America is not a, to me, America should not never ever be a country where it's like, you know, oh, everyone must stay inside because there's a disease and if you come outside we'll kill you. Nah. Take that over there to them communist countries or them other places. But here in America, we do whatever we want to do, right? So here's what I will say though. Obamacare, not Obamacare, it's actually called Americare, right? Americare, when it first came out, they had the mandate everybody had to have health insurance because that would drive down the cost of health insurance for people that were sick, right? Because if everyone's on it and paying the health insurance companies, then they're making a lot of money. So there's no reason for them to overprice people that are sick, right? And if you didn't have the health insurance, then, you know, you would get a fine at the end of the year. Your taxes, they would fine you, like, I think it was like $600. It was like a huge amount they would fine you basically for not having health insurance. And at first, when this first happened, when I first got fined, I was like, ah, man, this is whack. Then I thought about it and I said to myself, yo, you know what? I'm actually helping. I'm helping people. By me paying for my health insurance, I'm driving down the cost of health insurance. So I'm helping other people. So every single month when I pay that health insurance bill, I can feel good in my heart knowing that I'm helping another person. Right? So in that sense, that's like the very first thing I'm going to say about masks. If you just think about it from a spiritual standpoint, if you're a person that's like, I'm not going to wear no mask because I'm breathing in my own CO2s, which is not true. I'm sorry for laughing. That's not true. It's science. That's not true. That's like saying, you know, oh, if I cough in my hand and then smell my own hand, I'm going to get sick. That's not true. That's not the way it works. That's not the way science and germs work. And then it's funny to me too whenever people are like, oh, I'm not wearing no mask because if I wear a mask, I'm going to be breathing in my own sickness. I'm breathing in what God wants me to breathe out. That's not how masks work. That's not true. In order for that to happen, let me explain this. In order for that to happen, you would have to have on a mask that was sealed to your face. So everything you breathe out would stay in the sealed area, and then you're breathing that back in. In which case, you wouldn't even be able to really do that because remember, we breathe in oxygen, but we breathe out carbon monoxide. So when you breathe in again, you would just be you would literally choke because there's no oxygen. You're not breathing in oxygen, you're breathing in carbon monoxide. So you would immediately choke. You'd be, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, but that excuse is like one of the funniest things when I hear people say that. I would rather people say they don't want to wear a mask because it's just uncomfortable. I don't like the way it feels on my ears. You know what I mean? I just feel weird having something covering my face. You know what I mean? I have a better excuse than that, because I'm a man of science. I'm a man of science, right? And so let's go back to the spiritual part. If you're a spiritual person, you're going to wear the mask. Why would you wear the mask? Because you're going to say to yourself, masks are, you know, I'm helping somebody. It's not about me. Every time we talk, again, science, we're just using science. Every time we talk, we're spitting, right? That's just how talking works. So the mask is lowering the amount of saliva or spit particles that's coming out of your mouth, right? That's why they tell you when you flush your toilet, put the lid down. Because if you flush the toilet with the lid up, that water that's spinning around in your toilet bowl, some of it is splashing out of your toilet bowl. And if you have your toothbrush sitting on the bathroom counter and there's no lid over your toothbrush, that water particles that splash out of your toilet are splashing onto your toothbrush. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. There are literally particles in the air right now that I'm breathing in. You know what I'm saying? It's just how life works. Just because we can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening, right? So that brings me into my next point, into the mask. So people will say, you're weakening your immune system by wearing a mask, right? That's what people will say. You know, your immune system is getting weaker because you're not exposing yourself to the germs that are just naturally in the air, right? Here's my argument against that. You're not required to wear the mask 24 hours a day. All they're saying to people is when you go into a building, right, a small space, put on the mask. That way when you talk, you're not releasing so much spit particles which carry germs in the spit particles. So you're reducing the amount of germs that you yourself are putting into the air, and you're reducing the amount of germs that you yourself are breathing in. So people will say, well, I want my immune system to be strong. Okay, so why do you wash your hands? Why don't you go around like licking poles? Why don't you just, you know, eat food off the ground, since you want to build up your immune system so badly, right? It's a silly argument to say, well, you know, I got to build my immune system. That's why I don't that's why I don't wear masks. Now, here's the other argument with that being said. Back in the days, there weren't so many people on the planet. If you look at the population of the Earth, our population has skyrocketed. I don't believe that there's an overpopulation. I don't believe in that. The Earth has enough resources for every single human, every single animal. It's not like, oh, we can't survive. Let's be serious. There's enough water and you know, gold and whatever else out here for all of us, right? We just have to use it more intelligently. We're literally intelligent animals. Why are we not being more intelligent about how we're using these things and build things to help us maintain our resources, right? So with that being said, the argument that, you know, there's always been germs. Yeah, there's always been germs, but there hasn't been so many people on the planet. So because there's so many of us on the planet, your exposure to germs has skyrocketed. It's much more. You're more exposed to germs than we have ever been exposed, because there are more people. We spend more time inside, which is what? Away from the sun, right? So our ancestors were out in the sun. They absorbed sunlight, vitamin D. They were absorbing the natural nutrients that they was getting because they had a lot of outside jobs. But we've been inside, away from the sun, right? A lot of people don't exercise. We don't eat healthy. So we're eating greasy foods. We're eating processed foods. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about, we're not living like how our ancestors lived. So we can't say that's how humans are supposed to be. We're supposed to be exposed to germs. Yes, we are. But again, back then and now are not the same. So we can't use that argument. Another thing about the wearing of the mask stuff, right? So again, I'm not trying to convince anybody to wear a mask. You don't want to wear the mask, don't wear the mask. That's how I feel about it. It's America. Do whatever you want to do. But again, you're wearing the mask to protect other people and to protect yourself. Because here's my other argument for people, right? Because people will say, well, government conditioning. The government is trying to condition us to do whatever they tell us to do. They say there's a disease, wear a mask. Oh, everybody runs and does whatever the government says. The government says jump off a building, everybody's going to run, jump off a building. Where's the critical thinking? Where's the critical thinking? Totally, I agree with that. People should critically think Why is the government telling me to do this? Why are they telling me to do it now? What is the science behind what's happening? There's always been disease and sickness. 100% true. So, to me, in my mind, that means we should have always been wearing masks. We literally should have been, my generation should have grew up wearing a mask. The generation before me should have grew up wearing a mask. Masks should have always been a normal thing to see in our society. For me personally, even when the pandemic's done, I am going to wear a mask. When I'm out in public, in a building, I'm going to put on my mask because I don't know what anyone else has, right? So this whole COVID thing has made me more hyper, right? So I've always been the type of person, when I had my job at the building, when I used to go into the building and you know what I'm saying, deal with the computers, I would come into work, I have my wipes, and I wipe down the keyboard, I wipe down the chair, because I don't know what anybody has. I don't know who touched this before me. You know what I mean? The mask is the same exact concept. I don't know what anyone else has. This guy who's sitting, three aisles down, and he's like, he's coughing. I'm looking like, yo, what's wrong with this dude? Why is he coughing like that? Oh, I smoke. That's why I'm coughing. Okay, guess what? I'm going to wear a mask because I don't know why you're coughing. I don't know that. You're saying you smoke, but I don't know that. So I'm going to protect me. I'm going to protect me. Second thing, I don't even know what I have. I don't go to the doctor every month. The average person doesn't even go to the doctor once a year. So they don't even know what they have. Some people go to the doctor and the doctor tells them, yo, you've had cancer for the past 6 months, yo. You only got 3 months left to live. No one knows what's going on. That's why we wanted the Medicare for all. That's why the Obamacare, Americare, was a good thing, because now everybody had health insurance. Everyone could go to the doctor, find out what's going on, what's wrong with them. If we all had health insurance, none of us would need a mask, because we would just go to the doctor and ask the doctor, yo, doc, what's going on with me? Hey, man, you got underlying conditions. You might want to be careful about, you know what I'm saying, going outside right now. A lot of us don't have health insurance, so we don't know what we have. We don't know, but you don't want to wear a mask. Again, to me, that's very selfish. I don't know what I have. So because I don't know, I'm going to wear this mask, because someone else may have a weak immune system. I don't know how strong my immune system is. Again, I'm not going to the doctor every single month. So I don't know. I don't know. Let me protect myself. Let me wear this mask. Let me protect you. I'm going to wear this mask, right? So the next thing, so that kind of goes into personal responsibility. I totally agree with this. Again, people need to take better care of themselves. People need to exercise. They need to eat more healthy. They need to try to go see the doctor as often as they can. You don't have health insurance, I understand. Go to the urgent care. Save up $150, $200. Go to urgent care. Spend that $200 on a doctor's visit. I need blood tests done. I need to know what's wrong with me, doc. You know what I mean? People should eat healthier. Again, I already said that. Exercise more. These are things that's going to help you live a longer life. So people will say, man, they poison in the food. They poison in, you know what I'm saying? You got airplanes flying over your neighborhood, releasing gas into the air. We're breathing in these toxins. They poison in the water. I totally agree. Scientists have found plastic particles in the water, in the fish, are eating these plastic particles. So they found that there are tiny little particles so small that shrimp are eating the particles. Fish eat the shrimp. We eat the fish, right? And these things are now getting into our bodies. So we're breathing this in. We're brushing our teeth with this toothpaste. You can read some of the chemicals that are in the toothpaste. You know what I'm saying? They're poisoning us. That goes into corporations. That goes into government. That goes into us running for politics, electing government officials who are going to regulate the corporations and stop them from poisoning us. But we're not even talking about that. We're just talking about masks right now, right? So with that being said, more personal responsibility has to be taken. I totally agree with that. People need to eat healthier. They need to exercise. They need to take better care of themselves. It's just that simple. This whole idea that, oh, I'm beautiful how I am. No, baby. No, you're not. There's something wrong with you. You should take better care of yourself. Better care of your mental state of mind. So go see a psychologist more. Stop talking to your friends. Your friends got problems too. They got their own problems. But they trying to be a good friend and listen to your problems. They're not even considering that your friend just thought about suicide, but they are so bent on being a good friend to you that they're ignoring their own mental issues to try to help you. Go see a professional. You know what I mean? Like, we have to take better care of our mental, better care of our spirit, and better care of our bodies. It's very, very important. So with all that said, right, the mask thing, again, with all that, I'm not trying to convince anybody to wear a mask, but I'm definitely not telling people not to wear a mask. I think the right thing to do is to wear a mask when you go into a building that's full of other people, because again, you don't know what you have. I don't know what the other person has. It's just like when somebody cuts their arm, or they have any type of cut and they're bleeding. No one's rushing over to touch up their bloody hands, their blood. No one does that. We're putting on gloves. We're protecting ourselves from what this other person may have. Me personally, I don't even like touching people. Like, I've always been that type of person. Like, I'm not into touching other people. I don't like being touched unless to me, touch is a very intimate thing. A hug is very intimate. A handshake, it's very intimate. For me to touch another human, that to me is intimacy. You know what I mean? Intimacy doesn't have to be sexual. To me, it reminds me of being alive. Touching another person is like, I'm alive. I'm actually here. Like, I'm really here. This is real. This person is real. They're not a figment of my imagination. This is real. You know what I mean? So I always avoid touching another person. But with that being said, right, I think about masks like this. I love masks. I like wearing a mask, but I don't like wearing a mask for health reasons. I like wearing a mask because I like covering up myself. I like that my beauty, my face is covered. You don't know how I look. You don't know who I am. Usually, if you see me in public, more than likely I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt, long pants. Now I got on my mask. You know what I'm saying? My face is covered. So you don't know if that's really me. You don't know. I can easily deny that. Oh, I saw you at the mall the other day. Did you see me at the mall the other day? Oh, yeah. Don't you got tattoos on your arm? You didn't see me at the mall the other day. Because guess what? I wear long sleeves when I go out in public. And now I have on this mask that covers me. It protects me. It protects my beauty. You can't see me. You don't know me. You don't know what I look like. That's why I like my YouTube channel. That's why I took off my Facebook. Most social media, you're not going to see pictures of me on social media. You're not going to see me because I'm not into exposing me. If you see me, you're going to have to watch YouTube. You're going to have to watch one of my videos to know what I look like or actually know me in person. And that kind of goes into self-value. I feel like I value myself. I value my look. This is me. This is mine. It belongs to me, and I'm going to give it to who I want to give it to. You know what I mean? I don't want everybody to see me. I like my look, and it's a privilege to know what I look like. It's a privilege. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's not your right to see me, to know what I look like. It's your right to look at anything you want. So I have to protect me. I have to cover up me so that I can decide who sees me and who doesn't. That's why I personally like wearing a mask. And I think about wearing a mask from a spiritual standpoint. Again, I'm trying to be the best person that I can possibly be. I want to help as many people as I could possibly help. I want to ease the burden of being alive because I understand that it hurts and it's hard. So with that being said, how can I ease that burden? If wearing a mask and stopping my germs from infecting you helps you to live longer, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I have no problem with that. Wearing a mask the government isn't like, you know, come on. You know, it doesn't do anything to anybody to wear a mask. Literally, it doesn't. And again, the science of wearing a mask, it makes sense. The science. So look at it from a scientific standpoint, look at it from a spiritual standpoint, and you'll see that wearing a mask, you should wear the mask, right? And then I think about, on the other hand, I think about personal responsibility. Everybody should take care of themselves. Yes, for sure. Everybody should have to work out and eat healthy and do whatever they can to boost their immune system. But if they can't, then, you know, that's on me to try to help as much as I possibly can. So again, I'm not, and you don't have to wear the mask 24 hours a day. They're just telling people to wear a mask when you're in a public space. If you're outside, you don't have to wear a mask. If you're outside in a crowd of people, I'd probably wear a mask because, again, I don't know what anyone else has. I don't know what you have. I don't know what I have. I haven't been to the doctor. Well, me personally, I went to the doctor like 3 months ago. But That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I'm super paranoid. I'm scared. I'm scared when I get in the shower. I be thinking, yo, what if I slip and fall in the shower and I bust my skull wide open? How long is it going to take for somebody to come find me? I'm in here bleeding out in the shower. You know what I'm saying? I'm dead. And that to me is sucky. I was just thinking about that. Like I said, I just got out of the shower. So I always think about that. But like wearing the mask is just like, to me, I'm not telling people to do it because, you know, we live in America. Everyone should do whatever they want to do. But if you care about your health, if you care about the health of others, wouldn't you want to do anything to protect yourself, to protect your health, to make sure you can live as long as you possibly can, to protect your kids' health? You know what I mean? I just think about that. When this whole virus thing bust out and it started, first thing I told people, this lockdown is silly. They should have just made people wear masks. They should have just told people, hey, put on a mask, protect yourself, go back to work. We should have been caring about germs. Germs have always been around. How is it now all of a sudden people care more about germs? Like, we should have been caring about that. So I just wanted to make a video about it, man. I talked to a few people about the mask thing and you know, got into a debate about the mask. Well, not a debate. We were just talking about it. She was sharing her ideas and I was listening. And what she said made a lot of sense. But then as I think about it, like I said, just wearing a mask is just a beneficial thing. And then remember, facial recognition technology is a real thing. Like the government is really using this technology to be able to identify people in crowds. You know what I'm saying? So a mask might help you, even though I don't think a mask is going to stop facial recognition technology from identifying you, when your cell phone can literally unlock from just your eyes alone. So how is covering half your face going to stop the government from knowing that it's you outside in the mall? You know what I mean? But that's a whole nother video, a whole nother debate. But I keep saying debate. It's a whole nother conversation. There we go. So again, I'm not telling people to wear a mask and I'm not telling people not to wear a mask. I personally like wearing a mask because I get to protect myself, and I feel like I'm protecting other people, and I feel like I am more protecting my beauty. You can't see me. I decide who sees me, who sees my smile. I decide that. The same thing with touching. I don't touch people. I don't shake hands. I don't do that. I just never liked doing it. And I never liked feeling like I have to touch another person. I don't want to have to touch you, bro. If I don't want to touch you, I don't want to touch you. And I don't want to feel like I have to do that. You know what I mean? So, and I like that. I like that I can walk up to people now and I don't have to smile. Before it was so, you know, I feel forced. Like you walk up to someone, they smile at you, you feel like you have to smile back because it's the, you know, it's the polite thing to do. And to me, it's like, yo, if I don't want to smile, I don't want to smile. But if you don't smile, they get angry. They're like, oh, you're rude. You're rude. Oh, that guy's mean. Look at that angry black man. I'm not angry. I just don't want to smile. I don't know you. I don't want to smile at you. I don't know you. But I don't know. It's just me. It's just how I feel. So I just want to make this video about the mask thing, man. Again, I'm not telling people to wear a mask. I'm not telling people not to wear a mask. But, yo, man, let's not spread this misinformation about the mask stuff. Breathing in your own toxins. That's not true. That's not science, man. Just look at the science, man. Come on, man. So thanks for watching another episode of the Joseph Bristol Show. Let's all remember, man, we all out here trying to do the same thing. We all just trying to survive and be happy, man. Everybody's just trying to survive and be happy, all right? And y'all stay blessed.
Leave a comment below.
Make sure you like and subscribe.
Make sure you like and subscribe.